Hey, I've got a challenge for you. Tonight, when you go to sleep, or as you're laying down to go to sleep, I want you to think about one thing. Maybe that be one person, an object, something that you want. Think about the monster in a movie you just watched. Think about the villain. Think about a side character. Just really focus. Think about them. Just kind of daydream about it. Ask them, I wonder what they ate for breakfast. I wonder where they went after they finished filming. Just think about them. Make things up about them. Catalog the things that you do know about this person, thing, place, or whatever. Pick one noun and just focus on it. In the morning when you wake up, record your dream. Put it in the comments. I'm curious if you had a dream and how vivid it was and how enjoyable. Also, take notes. How long were you asleep? For those of you in high school and you're nodding off in your classes, make use of that wasted time. Think about something. Go to sleep. When you wake up from your little nap, when the teacher is like in your face, go, excuse me, punish me later. Let me write down my dream. Deringer on an airplane, January 10th, 2021. This happened before the popularity of the internet. It's day 7 of this camping trip. We are currently hiking into alpine country. Yesterday, we had trouble with an uncontacted tribe. We defended ourselves, killing a few of them in the process, before the others ran away. We retreated downhill, stopping at the base where we had been resting and warming up. There was one other man in my party, Kevin, who I encouraged to collect wood as we were falling back from a guerrilla attack. After which I encouraged him to do research on Bill Hicks. 1 year later, he will be installing a life-size statue of Bill Hicks in his home. We board a ferry traveling the length of the river that flows through the heart of downtown. One section of town seems to be reserved for trash as the shores are littered in red meat tags. The captain stops the boat and we take a moment to bow our heads. We thank thee, river, for providing us with safe transport. We apologize about all the trash. On the other side of the polluted section of town, the ferry docks. Once on land, I walk away from the group and enter an office building. I find my wife working at a bank buying and selling commodities in a really rough financial period. The bank is in trouble of going under as they're having trouble finding locations to trade and do business. However, they receive a break in the form of a phone call from another bank who tells them, hey, we're doing a swap meet at our location right now. Hurry up and get over here. My wife and her coworkers rush there to trade. She takes care of her bank's business first before making a few trades for herself. After her trades, she leaves for home. A coworker who's not too bright is still trying to trade. Oh my God, the local hamburger stand here is amazing. Does anybody have a controlling stake that they wouldn't mind parting with? My wife interjects, I disagree with your opinion about that place. Don't do it. She is cut off by Ken Jeong, an executive of the bank. He enters the room on a video call using an iPad. He comes off as rude, saying, "The value, $21. He flaps a $20 bill and a single, folded between his fingers, at the person on the other side. I take out my phone to study this valuation. Ken Jeong interrupts my screen, demanding to know, why are you doing research? I just showed you the data. He rushes me, rubbing the phone in my face. Do you see this? Huh? I push his arm away from me, and he lets me go. You've seen it now? Everyone laughs. Ah. Before my wife leaves the swap meet, an alien spaceship arrives. The disc hovers over the bank.
Hey, did we miss the swap meet?
I step to the craft, a giant in comparison. I reach out with one hand and roll it with a twist of my wrist, but discover the ship isn't capsizable. So I try slapping it into the ground over and over. I can't see any damage, but I must be doing something, as it's making contact with the ground before bouncing right back up, as if buoyant in our atmosphere. The ship opens and releases a dog as a peace offering. I accept it, but I'm not sure its breed, but I think it's going to be a big husky. It's cute, but not the cutest dog I've ever seen. I try to train the dog, but my wife practices poor behavior around the dog, holding its education back. We are sleeping on the floor at a friend's house before a camping trip. The dog gets up in the middle of the night, moving around as if it needs to go out for potty. My wife gets up, discovering the dog is sleepwalking. She taps the dog on the head, putting it on mute. She lays the dog down on a shag carpet and gently disturbs the dog as to awaken it. When the dog shows signs of consciousness, she encourages it to get up for a walk. The dog grumbles feebly and opens its eyes. In the morning, I board an airplane to China. I accidentally get an over-under Deringer through security in my pocket. There's an older couple sitting next to me. I have a pleasant exchange with the husband, who seems on the level. After takeoff, he stands up to go to the bar. I give him a hug and pat on the back, slipping the gun into his pocket. I leave my seat as well, going the opposite direction to the concession stand. I consider a snack, but am distracted by the mineral and jewelry stand next to the concession stand. I spend a sizable amount of time there. Looking through the stuff, I consider buying some as gifts, but don't, as none feel as powerful as the gun did. Off in the direction of my seat, a commotion has started. The old man is really drunk and has discovered the gun. He points it at people, saying, "Hey, look what I found!" Ah! A team of terrorists stand up, moving into action. They take over the plane, and the leader opens and catches an extendable anime staff. The plane lands in Hong Kong before the leader uses the staff to disarm the drunk old man, knocking the pistol from his hand. The gun slides right to me. I pick it up and put it in my pocket. To my knowledge, no one notices. I wait until the plane docks with the gangway. I sprint towards the exit, shove the gun in the terrorist leader's face. Open sesame! I escape down the gangway. I get off the plane, pass by security, and exit the airport. Only after exiting the airport entirely do I consider the question, where to go from here? My destination was supposed to be Shenzhen. I remember what my wife had told me. You need to stay on the plane. Even though you don't have a connecting flight, you need to stay on that plane. It will eventually end up in Shenzhen. It's the only way to get in the country these days. I go back into the airport, but the only way I can figure to get back to my plane is through a restaurant. They are sympathetic to my situation, but do require me to buy something first before letting me pass through. They normally don't accept American Express, but make an exception for me as they know it's all I have, only charging me an additional 5% credit card fee. Only after I finalize my purchase do I remember where I'm going. I'm just now thinking about how I'm going to get rid of this gun, as Chinese immigration is definitely going to find it. I'm paranoid because there are cameras everywhere. I want to pitch it, but don't want to be seen pulling it from my pocket. While stressing over this, wake up. Hey, I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing, or supporting the channel by downloading the sleep.com app, which you can get right here. Just scan that code. You could also buy my book, What Dreams Have You Forgotten, or rent or buy a copy of The Roast of Casey Judson. Links down below. I'll see you later. Everybody in the club getting sleep.